for the front foot plus front heel elevated split squat. It's quite a mouthful. It's such a fantastic movement. Let's break it down. So front foot elevated means that we want to use a bumper plate or something to elevate our front foot. And we also want to elevate our heel. We can use 2 little plates like I'm using here, or heel wedges, which I'll show you shortly. And then it can be nice to hold on to something for a little bit of stability. The main purpose of this movement is maximizing knee flexion or knee bend while maintaining an upright torso in order to lengthen the quad. With this movement, it's not really an up and down movement. It's more of a diagonal, almost like an escalator type of movement. If any time that you're moving down, you're also moving forward, you're doing this right. It can feel kind of weird at first to let your knee travel past your toes and get the level of knee flexion that we're looking for with this movement, where ideally we're touching our hamstring to our calf, aka the back of our upper leg touches the back of our lower leg. This is exactly what we're looking for and what makes this movement so great at icing the quad. We want to maintain that fairly upright torso here in order to avoid the glutes from taking over. Common mistake I see is people try to keep their back leg very straight, but we actually do need that knee to bend in order to get the range of motion that we're looking for. When swapping legs, simply just move your plates around to the opposite side. If you still want to use that bench for stability, you can also use a pole or something else for stability, but I find a bench in an incline position works pretty dang well and tends to be pretty readily available. Hold the dumbbell in the working leg hand. If my left leg is on the bumper plate and the wedge, we're going to be putting the dumbbell in our left hand. Let's talk about some common mistakes I see. So some common mistakes I see is too short of a stride, like I just showed, or too long of a stride and not bending that back knee, right? We do need that back knee to bend, otherwise it just feels terrible. And then just going up and down, that's not what we're looking for. Again, we want to shift forward like an escalator, not an elevator with this movement. And that also means that we want an escalator on the way up too. So we don't want to just stand straight up. Now, if you have a wedge, it can be nice to use that instead of using the little mini plates. Setup, as far as the wedges go, looks exactly the same. You'll just put the wedge on top of the bumper plate so that we have the foot elevated and the heel elevated so that we can get really nice range of motion fully descending in this movement. Now again, you do not have to hold on to something. You can certainly do this movement without holding on. You just need to really focus on the balance side of things a little bit more. Here I'm doing it without holding on to anything for balance, and it's perfectly fine. But again, this is going to be much more difficult. Non-working hand can just be on your hip in this case. Okay, so plates or wedges, they're both good. What we want to make sure is that our foot is firmly supported. So I usually put the plates at a little bit of an angle when I'm using them. Then wedge-wise, they make ones at different heights. Lots of times if you have wedges, you'll know that they come with different heights. You can use it. Ideally, we do want to use something that is going to give us a little bit more heel elevation. So sometimes you can put 2 together, or you can just use the bigger one. We do want a fairly decent elevation here for the heel. So you can see I'm just walking you through the multiple different options, and here is the final version. These foam ones are really big. I like the silicone or rubber ones better. They're a little bit smaller, but here you can see still able to get that full range of motion. But we do want to make sure that your toe is not on the wedge. We want our toe to be on the bumper plate so that it has that stability and we don't go slipping off of the wedge. Finally, just want to show you, you can use a PVC pipe for a little bit of extra stability as well. Hold it in the non-working arm. Again, making sure that you maintain that nice upright torso while still getting that knee flexion. We don't want to bend way down. We want to stay upright with it. And then finally, just a couple clean reps here so that you can see and leave on a really good note. This movement may seem a little bit more complex, but honestly, it's such a good one. It's worth the time it takes to master it. There's one more visual of what lines we're looking for at the bottom of the position. And again, just remind yourself, this is an escalator movement, not an elevator. So we are moving forward and down and upward and back. Both of those happen at the same time. We're not doing one, then the other.